よし、これでいいのかな? Okay, well, thank you for dropping by again. This is the third video of my drawing and talking series. I'm Ken. Welcome again. And last time, I think you remember I did this one here. I was doing this one with the gold ink. But I just thought, maybe today I'm not feeling this one. I might want to try doing something a bit different. So I'm going to do this one, this drawing here. I have just a little bit left to do, so I'm going to try with that one. And usually I do these videos in English, but today I'm going to be doing it a bit in Japanese and in English. 今日は普段はこういう動画は、英語でやっているんですけど、今日はちょっと日本語と英語をちょっと混ぜてやってみたいと思っています。よし。And I found out something else. I found out you can actually zoom in. So I hadn't known that before, so that's great news. So now you can actually see a little bit in more detail what I'm doing. And 今日ちょっと鼻声で I have a bit of a cold, so my voice sounds a bit nasal. Not that it usually sounds a lot richer, but excuse me for the voice issues. Okay. So this ink I'm using today is a Bordeaux Black. ボルドーブラックっていうペンで、普段から昔は結構黒を使ってたんですけど、最近はそういう普通の黒っていうよりはちょっとやっぱり色が入った方が面白いなと思って、基本ピュアブラックっていうのは避けていて、グレーであったり紺色であったり今回のボルドーブラックとかを使っています。So I try to just mix things up and use different colors. I don't like using just pure black anymore. I mean, I used to, but like if you're doing a logo or something like that, then a pure black one might look good. It might stand out well. But I just like to have, even if it's a dark color, a bit of hue mixed in there. All right. So this time actually, today, I was supposed to have some, meet with some friends, do different things today. It was supposed to be more of a fun day, but I'd been out with a cold for a while, and I've kind of been advised against going out and about. I haven't had a fever. My throat's getting better. I made a nice batch of chicken soup, so I'm feeling quite a bit better. Slept a lot, so that's great, but probably not the best to be out and about. Everyone's kind of in panic mode about this virus right now, so trying to be mindful of that. Yeah, anyway, so that's the great thing about drawing again. Like I said last time, it's something you really can do anytime, anywhere. Yeah. So today I used my Instagram account and I solicited a few questions from my followers. I just asked なんか偉そうにフォロワーさんたちからっていう Yeah, I just asked if there's anything people want to ask me about my drawing or about me personally, just go ahead and ask and I'll answer them in the video. And Maki-san asked a question. She asked me, please teach me some good recipes or some good cooking to do that is easy and delicious. So it got me thinking, what are some of my fast fixes if I want to eat something that's quick and fast? Okay, so I'll get there in a bit. Hold on. Just jotting down a few notes. Yeah. But yeah, I've always liked cooking since I was a kid. A lot of fun. I guess I was raised in a household not where just my mom would cook all the time, but we would take turns cooking. And as a kid, I wasn't raised with a lot of Japanese food. Like, if you've seen my Instagram post, maybe you'll see I made osechi, which is traditional Japanese New Year's food, for the first time in my life. And I'm almost 30. It's kind of becoming a lost art amongst Japanese people, making osechi from scratch rather than ordering it from a supermarket. But that was a lot of fun, and I'm trying to get back in touch with, with Japanese cooking. I mean, I had Japanese food growing up, obviously, but just not as much, I think, because my mom had a lot of American friends, a lot of international friends. I grew up eating a lot of Western food as a kid. And then at my grandmother's house, of course, we'd have very traditional Japanese food. Um, but I think it's more relatively lately that I've learned a little bit more about the basics of Japanese cooking. And then last year, I had the fortune of working for about 10 months at a Japanese cooking school in the Asakusa area, and it was really fun. I got to teach Japanese cooking basics to foreigners coming in from Japan from overseas. It was a lot of fun because Japanese food is really popular abroad, as you know, these days. But the kind of Japanese food that's popular abroad is not the kind of stuff that we grow up eating at home. It's not like, I mean, if I had my own cooking studio, I'd like to teach stuff like nikujaga, which is the quintessential Japanese simmered dish. Just some potatoes, carrots, and onions, and beef if you're from the west of Japan, pork if you're from Tokyo, but some kind of meat, either beef or pork, stewed with the savory soy sauce, sake, and mirin. Just something like that, what we eat at home every day. But what people abroad tend to think we eat every day, they think that we eat things like sushi or ramen or tempura every day, and that's what we were teaching at the cooking school. So it was a lot of fun. I got to teach primarily in English, seldom in Japanese because we didn't really have many Japanese students. Occasionally, we'd get students from South Korea or from Taiwan who'd speak better Japanese than they would English. So those times I would end up teaching in Japanese instead. But I would teach in English. I would teach in French. Things like just how to make a dashi stock, or how to make a miso soup, how to make rice, just those basics in Japanese cooking. How to make a dashi maki tamago, for example. That's actually quite hard. It's not so hard when it's just a tamagoyaki, but it's difficult to make a good dashi maki tamago because it's about, to every egg, you're using a tablespoon or more of dashi stock, which makes the mixture quite loose and difficult to handle. So it's difficult, but I'd say, like, I know in English you say I can't cook would be like I can't even boil an egg, or I don't know if the standards have been lowered these days. I've heard some people say I can't even boil water. Heaven help us. But in Japanese we'd say I can't even make a cup noodle, or I can't even make rice. That's our expression for I can't cook. Anyway, so yeah, I do really like cooking. I have a lot of house parties where I'll invite friends over and I'll cook something and we'll just eat all together, and it's a lot of fun. There's something to be said for it's very rewarding to take some ingredients and to make something delicious, and just, yeah. But yeah, what Maki-san was asking is some dishes that are fast to make and satisfying and delicious. I don't know how fast you're talking, but I'm thinking like when I used to come back from work, and it'd be like, I used to work shifts, and まあだいたいもう9時とか8時ぐらいに帰宅して、料理とかする気がない時にどういうものを食べていたかっていうのをちょっと思い出してみました。I just kind of remembered what kind of things I'd eat when I'd come home from work at like 8 or 9 o'clock, and I didn't feel like cooking, So, よく冷蔵庫に納豆ありましたね、やっぱり。I'd keep 納豆 in the fridge. I don't know if you've had 納豆 before, or if you know what it is, but basically it is soybeans that have been cooked first, and then they've got culture introduced. And by culture, I don't mean like, Shakespeare. I mean like bacteria. So it's got bacteria introduced to it, and it makes it ferment, and it takes on a very viscous, slimy quality. まあ自分のおばあちゃんは、揺れた。ごめんごめん。I just kicked the stand. Anyway, so my own grandmother is from the Kansai region, or the Osaka area of Japan, and thus she doesn't enjoy natto. She does not eat it. She does not approve. Yeah. But anyway, My father, though, dislike natto very much. And I wasn't raised in Kansai. I was raised in Fukuoka. Neither of my parents are from Fukuoka, but I was raised there anyway. And yeah, we eat natto there. It's mostly though people from it's said to be more of a thing that people from Tohoku like, but it's now it's pretty much a nationwide thing. Everyone likes to eat natto. Of course, it's an acquired taste. It's slimy. It smells strong. It's not everyone's favorite thing. But what I like to do with natto is I just have natto pasta. So what I do is I'll use a pack of natto, and then whatever is lying around. For example, if I have some fresh eggs, I might use just the egg yolk, and then the natto I'll mix up with the packet inside. There's usually like a very umami rich dashi packet inside, so I'll just mix that up. If I have some nori or some green onions, I might mix that up as well. If I've got any mountain potato, 山芋とかあれば山芋もすって入れたりもするし、you can get pretty creative. Just mix anything into it. And then what I'll do, some people might even mix in some kimchi, which is yeah, I think almost everyone these days knows what kimchi is. But yeah, just mix it all together, and I'll have it on pasta. Believe it or not, 納豆パスタってやっぱイタリア人は絶対怒るんですけれど、意外と美味しいんですよ。納豆そばも嫌いではないんですけれど、乾麺で言うとそばとかっていうよりはやっぱりパスタの方が好きなんですよね。I love soba. As much as I love soba, I do prefer the fresh type. When it comes dried buckwheat noodles, it's not quite the same. Whereas pasta, you can get really delicious pasta that is uh, that is dried. Yeah, dried pasta doesn't need to be fresh. So I usually prefer the thin kind. まあ、カッペリーニまで細くなくては大丈夫なんですけれど、it doesn't have to be like a capellini, which is basically like pencil lead. It's like yeah, almost as thin as this as with these lines here. It's a really really thin pasta. It doesn't need to be that thin, but maybe about 1.4 millimeter pasta, or 1.5, under 1.6 in thickness, I think is good, is ideal, because it boils up fast. You have to remember when you come home from work late, you want something that's fast. So a thin pasta that boils up quite quickly, it would be ideal, right? So まあ結構もう帰宅してもうすぐ食べて早く寝たいから、やっぱりそんな太い1.7とか1.8のパスタだとやっぱり10分以上がかかるんで、早茹での細麺、まあ、カッペリーニまで細麺ではなくても大丈夫なんですけれど、まあ、大体1.4ぐらいだと大体5、6分ぐらいでアルデンテになるようなパスタとかがいいと思います。で納豆パスタをいただいてました。Yeah, it's nice because you can add things like okra or other slimy things go well with it too, and it's fast, it's satisfying. Just a bit of a pain to wash up if you are yeah, natto is not such a great thing to have to wash up afterwards, but it's fast and it's nutritious and it's satisfying. So, and I'll often use a frying pan to boil the noodles in, because the water boils faster, and then you can after you tip out the noodles into the drain, you can use the same frying pan to mix the sauces with the noodle. Anyway, so I know this is not authentic Italian food. For my Italian friends who might possibly be watching this, I'm really, really sorry. But I did have sushi in your country, so yeah, let's call it even. Okay? Alright then, so this is looking not too bad. I have 3 owls here. Like I said, I like to work in threes, right? So 1, 2, 3, 3 owls, no more. Then I've put another little set of magnolias here. I'm just thinking what to put here and here next. I do have a lot of detail up here, and then here the details get a little more sparse. So just to balance things out, I feel that this part down here needs to be relatively quite packed with a lot of lines, as opposed to lots of filling in. So I need to work on doing those finer lines down here. Anyway, So, まずは納豆パスタが、早くて美味しいっていう料理ですね。料理、レシピっていうものより、分量まではいかないので、レシピとは言えないですかね。I can't really call it a recipe as it's not really measured. But yeah, something I like to eat. The other thing I like to have when I get home from work is TKG. TKG. 卵かけご飯ですね、普通に。We didn't used to call it TKG when I was a kid, but it's just kind of a cool way to call it. You'll even see it on some izakaya menus these days. And TKG is tamago kake gohan, which means raw egg on rice. Now, I don't know if I'd risk this with just any supermarket eggs. If it's in Japan, typically our eggs are pasteurized there, or they're pretty safe to be eaten raw, so I wouldn't think twice about it. But apparently, in other countries, depending on where you live, eating raw eggs might not be advised. So make sure they're either free range and safe to eat raw eggs or whatever. But TKG is basically raw egg poured over a bowl of hot rice, and you just put a little bit of dashi or a little bit of soy sauce with it, and it's really satisfying. Yeah, and I really like it with some nori or with just some furikake, and it's really just a really kind of a guilty pleasure almost because it's so simple. I don't think you could even call that a a complete meal in a lot of cases, but it does the trick. So I would never use it as like for entertaining guests. I would never serve them TKG. But if you're just alone, you got some rice left over in the freezer, for example, just put it in the microwave. Get a really good quality egg, some good soy sauce. If you want to add some butter to it, surprisingly, butter on TKG is really good. So, 鰹節足してもいいし、たらことかでもあれば、佃煮とか何でも足しても美味しいので、TKG はもう最強ですね。ただ結構炭水化物とか気をつけているのであれば、やっぱり控えたいかもしれないですね。でもTKG はやっぱり好きです。あんまり玄米とかだとあんまり合わないんで、たまにちょっとたまに白ご飯でもよろしければいいと思うんですよね。 TKG でも。あとご飯とかあればもうですかね、なんか丼系ってやっぱりいいですね。やっぱりドライカレーとかタコライスとかを作る時にちょっと余分に作っといて冷凍保存して、そしたら家に帰ってきていつでもサラダとかをちょっと乗せてタコライスみたいにしたり結構それだけでもやっぱりタコライスとかドライカレーってやっぱり水分が少ないんでやっぱり冷凍保存も効くんでいいと思います。丼系はやっぱり時間も忍耐がない時はやっぱり最強な味方です。I do like making things like some taco meat or some dry curry, which is like not like a roux curry, which we have in Japan, but one of those more vegetable based, more drier curry, because they're not so full on the water, so they do freeze up well. Then if you have some rice already in the fridge, you can just microwave it, and then you could add some salad greens and make it like a taco rice bowl, which is a bastardized Japanese Okinawan dish, which is kind of like a taco bowl but with a rice base at the bottom. But those are good to have on hand. でそれになんか温玉とかを落とせばもう完璧です。よし。あとは、what else do I like to have when I get home from work late? Like for now, I work from home, so it's not really a big deal. Like I do like to have things that are nice to fix up quick, but just quick fix meals that are like instant. Avocado toast, definitely. Avocado toast is good because avocado is so nutritious already, and it's also rich, so you don't need a lot of meat. Or you don't need anything else because avocado in itself is so satisfying. It's a perfect food, like Someone claimed, I don't know if they're right, but someone has claimed that a baby could live off of a diet of avocado, that it's a complete food. Now, I'm not going to recommend that you feed your baby avocado or that you have a baby. But 난言ってるんだろう. Yeah, avocado on toast is delicious. That's just one of the things I really, it's almost a treat. Now, avocados aren't even so expensive, but I wonder why I buy them so seldom. They just still feel like a treat, and I don't want to have them too often because it feels like it would ruin the novelty of them. When I was a kid, we didn't really have avocados in the supermarket, so that novelty of having an avocado still hasn't worn off for me. So yeah. So yeah, I guess those would be my top 3 things to eat when you are in a hurry for something delicious to eat. That would be natto pasta, and then tamago kake gohan, TKG, and avocado on toast. Those 3 would be my top 3. Yeah, and I'm making pretty good time. See? These little bubbles here that I put